Ever hear of the phrase better late than never? Well, here's a prime example of that. From the 2021 film Venom, Let There Be Carnage, we have Carnage. What is good, my peeps? It's the Ruckus Humming coming at you again with another action figure review. You see what it is. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. We've got movie Carnage. It only took 3 years. For them to finally come out with this. And it's a deluxe set. You can see the size of the... well, this is new packaging, so you don't really have anything to gauge with. Not too many things yet anyway. There are some things that are out, and you can gauge this packaging with new current packaging. But let me just tell you that this is a larger figure, and we will see that for real later on in this review. But you can see the packaging, the new style packaging right there. You got at the bottom, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Along, no more banners. We've got along our right side, the boxes left, going from 12 to 6, Marvel's Carnage going along there. And of course, you've got the Marvel Legends series logo in our upper left. When you look at the top, you've got the logo for the movie. And then you turn to the side here, you've got very nice artwork of movie Carnage. I say movie because I don't know what to really designate it. Sonyverse, I guess, until, there's some sort of resolution to this whole MCU multiverse thing. I'll just call it Sonyverse. Or once again, they'll probably slip out movie Carnage more than Sonyverse. Anyway, here on the rear, some very nice artwork of Carnage versus Venom, movie Venom. And you see we've got Marvel Legends series, and of course we've got Marvel's Carnage up there as well. You got nothing on the other side. Turning back to the front so you guys can take a look. And we're about to get our boy out of this packaging here. And here we have the movie version of Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage, out of his packaging, and I could tell you he looks very nice. The red is definitely popping, and on the front he's got some nice dark coloration going on there, looking very, very nice. And he's tall. We'll take a measurement a little bit later. He's got some tendrils, as you can see, coming out of his extremities, his arms and his legs. When we get to the back is where we have issues, because it looks like Hasbro skimped out on the coloration there. We've got some on the rear of the thighs, and right there at the small, not the small of the back, lower back, but at the top where the neck and the shoulders kind of sort of meet, there's some coloration there. The head sculpt looks very nice with the, the eyes, as always, he's looking very Carnage-like. This figure's got the nice claws there going on, and we have some portholes in those hands to accommodate some of his accessories, and we'll go through those now. We'll start off with, he has an additional right hand, and you see that right hand has got a blade protruding from it, and it actually articulates vertically. In this instance, it's that red, and of course it's got the black dry wash going on over it. But only, check this out, only on one side. I just noticed it as I semi-flipped it. Turn to the other side, and we get nothing. I don't understand that. What is up with that, Hasbro? Anyway, that's what we get. As far as for the other extremity is concerned, we get another blade that fits in that porthole that we saw, and just another long knife. It also has the dark brush. And the wild thing is, on this side, we get a continuation of that. So we're being very, very inconsistent there. We also get another head sculpt, And this one has got that tongue. I have to go back and look at the movie to see if he actually flexed the tongue like Venom does. I don't think he did. He may have, and I'm wrong. If you guys know, get at me in the comment section below before I even check out Let There Be Carnage to see it again. And, other than that, the rest of the head sculpt looks nice. The tongue is crazy. I will give it that. And I like with the open mouth, we've get the jaw separation right there. That's pretty cool. We get that on both sides. So yeah, that's very, very nice there. We also get 3 sets of tendrils that plug into his back. You may have noticed when he was spinning on the platter, he had 3 holes in his back, 3 ports, and that's to accommodate these. We'll go one at a time. 2 of them are dual. You see what we got going on there. And they actually, they're bendy wire. You can, I think, if I get close enough and try to keep it focused, you can see the holes there, the bendy wire. So yeah, pretty cool. You see how they're shaped. This tendril right here has an articulated tip. It spins, so that's pretty cool. The second dual is, it's not the same, but the spiky tendril has the same articulation, and then you of course have the stabby one. They're all stabby, but you know what I'm trying to say, the one that's more like a scythe. And then of course finally we've got the single one, and this is just a jabber or slasher, however you want to do it. And from what I can see, there's no particular position or placement for those pegs. Let's take a height measurement for our boy here. Let's go get to the back of him. Our boy Carnage is coming in at about 8.5 inches tall. That quite frankly, that's Build-A-Figure size, standard Build-A-Figure size. I'm an advocate of there should be no set size for Build-A-Figures. We do expect them to be larger than the typical figures, so even I accept that. But yeah, this is definitely Build-A-Figure size at 8.5 inches tall. So this is a big boy. Once again, I believe he was big in the movie, and I don't know if maybe I'm just spoiled from the comics, but I kind of sort of like the whole concept of Carnage being smaller, skinnier, you know what I'm saying, than Venom, but more dangerous and basically more powerful. If you go by the comics, comic Venom, and I'm not even talking about current Venom because they've gone crazy with Venom currently. I'm talking about, back in the day when he first came out in the next few years, Carnage is essentially twice as strong strength-wise as Venom and doesn't even look it. And because he's also, a serial deleter, that just added fuel to that fire. Anyway, as far as our boy here, movie or Sonyverse Carnage, his articulation, his head is on a dumbbell, and he can actually look up decently. He's one of the best lookups on a dumbbell neck joint that I've seen in a minute. So, and he can equally look down pretty nice as well. And you got some nice attitude there. That's crazy. And of course, he'll 360 it. He can T-pose, as you can see, and he can, of course, rotate at the shoulder. He doesn't have any butterfly joints, but he does have the bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbow, which is nice. His hands on both sides, they both rotate, and they move horizontally at the wrist. As far as his torso articulation, he's got a diaphragm, and he can crunch forward that much with the diaphragm. He can go back that much. He can go side to side, and of course he can rotate at that diaphragm. He also has an ab crunch, believe it or not. So combined, he can get that far over, and combined, let's see what I can do there. he can get that far back. You can get your Carnage into something crazy. Hips, he can do the splits very well. He can kick forward very well, 90 degrees. He can go back very well. He's got the thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, as you can see right there. He can point his toe that far forward, ballerina style. He can go up that much. He's got the crazy ankle pivot, as you can see. And of course, holes, peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Here's a comparison between movie Venom and movie Carnage. You remember movie Venom was pretty large too. Everybody was going crazy when this figure came out a few years ago. And they liked the size. Everybody was like, that's the size Venom needs to be. That's the size Venom needs to be. And then Hasbro, of course, came out. They changed the feet a little bit and some of the paint apps on the front to make it a comic version of Venom, but at this size. And people was loving it. And then now here we have, 3 years later, we've got Carnage. Look how large Carnage is compared to Venom, who is no slouch in the height department himself. Applying the tendrils, you see the holes there. There are no differences in the ports or the pegs, so it's up to you where you want to put them. I'm going to opt for the dual tendrils to be at the top of the triangle that we got going on here. Let's see if I can get that second one in. Yep, so they're both in. Turn this one around so that the bendy holes are not facing anything. And then, of course, the third and final tendril going at the bottom tip of the triangle. All you have to do is you press and you twist, and it'll eventually sink in, and you've got them in like that. And then once again, they are bendy, so you can start bending them. Keep in mind, not just because of his height, but because of these tendrils, he's going to take up a lot of room on your shelf. So keep that in mind for real. For real. Let's see if I can get, you can work with the bendy wire and, get it even more to where you want them to be. For time's sake, I'm not going to go too crazy because I'm doing it on camera. If I had taken the time to just step away, I could have gotten a little bit better with them. But you guys, y'all get it. Y'all definitely get it. So let me see how well he stands, because you know he's going to be back heavy. You know he's going to be back heavy. So, the great thing is when he's like this, chances are he's not really standing. You're not going to really have him posed standing up like that, but you can get him to stand for sure, straight up and down. Here's Cletus fully carnaged out with all of his accessories. You see, he looks pretty lit like this for sure. This is crazy, and we're getting a comic Venom that also has appendages. It only took 1,000,000 years for that to happen, and it's going to be basically, it's another Venom, and they added that just to entice those of us that have the other 500 Venoms that have come out. But you already know me. I'm in for it because that's just how I am. But I think this looks great. This movie Carnage looks great. And even though it's pretty late, I was on the verge of putting away my movie Venom because it's time to rotate figures in and out of my display area. But it looks like he's going to have to stick around. And that's because of this. Got to have them posed coming at one another. And this looks kind of great too. The funny thing is I've got the comic versions of these characters posed very similar with Cletus and all his sharp appendages going after Eddie. I'm using the Venom from that Amazon exclusive, a 3-pack, I believe it was. And he came with some appendages of his own in that one as well. So I think he did. I believe it. Anyway, he's up there in the the display room, and they're coming at one another. It's very similar to this, so that's going to look good. These two are going to have to stick around in my display area for a little while longer. I'm going to. This is going to be my exit shot. So you guys let me know what you think about this movie Carnage. 3 years late, yes, but it is what it is. We do got him. He does look good. I still don't know if technically we can say it was worth the wait. I will say he looks good. I give him that. My caveats, though, are the lack of paint on the back, the lack of paint on one side of his right hand, on the right side of the appendage on his right hand. No paint at all. We got paint on the left. On the extra long appendage that plugs into his left hand, we've got the dark wash on both sides of that particular accessory. I just don't understand it. The bendy wire appendages are banging. I love that. It really gives. I mean, it just looks crazy. This head sculpt with the tongue. I'm still. Once again, I got to look at the movie and see if it had a tongue. I freely admit I'm allowing my knowledge of the comic version of Venom. I mean, of the comic version of Carnage. Wow. It's clouding me, and I'm just not used to seeing Carnage with a tongue. We are all used to Venom with one, so we're cool with that. The movie Carnage may have definitely played the tongue game, and that's cool. That's just that's no criticism against the figure or Hasbro. That's just a personal prejudice of mine. I freely admit it. Hey, don't hate on me. Let me know what's going on down in the comments. Also, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You know how it gets done.